So sorry for the break in transmission. We continue the story. The African School of Diplomacy and International Relations has stressed the need to strengthen and sustain democratic institutions in the society to promote democracy and good governance in Nigeria. The Vice Chairman, African School of Diplomacy and International Relations, Tunji Asaolu, started the third edition of the annual lecture series with the theme, The Political Economy of National Building, the World Unfinished Business. Asaolu explained that the absence of value-driven leaders across various institutions in Nigeria and Africa at large has weakened democracy and embedded economic growth and development, hence the need for rebuilding and restructuring existing institutions. Earlier, the keynote speaker, Professor Nkpa Afu Nkpa, while delivering his keynote address, highlighted the advantages of the democratic society. He, however, noted that the institutional structure of democracy over the years has weakened its growth and development.
And the challenges of nation building in Africa is perhaps one of the greatest ironies of history, that the democracy properly defined, and we all know the concept of democracy, brought to us by the colonial powers. Unfortunately, in their practice of this democracy, all that they did was far short of democratic ideals. Those such values as free elections, freedom of speech, etc., which we know are associated with politics, are useful. Very alien to the African nations. Unfortunately, the structure, the way, the brand of democracy that was brought to the African nations, they were different from what.
An international child rights organization has called on the federal government and other relevant stakeholders to increase investment in climate crisis to stunt the negative impacts of environmental degradation on children. The Director of Advocacy, Campaign, Communication and Media said the Children International SCI, Emmanuel Mamo, made the call recently in Abuja. Mamo stated that the children are the most deprived and marginalized groups as regards climate concerns, thus reducing opportunities for children to survive, learn and be protected. Hence, the need to effectively engage and listen to their demands on climate-related matters. One of the religious leaders present, Pastor Ni Adeboye, while addressing journalists, called for the national policy on waste recycling to ensure waste is separated and recycled to reduce the high dependence on national resources. Medical practitioners have been charged to embrace the 24th century practice we thrive on technology. And these are submissions of medical experts at the 2023 annual conference and workshop of the Association of Medical Scientists of Nigeria, AMLSN, Ogun State Branch, held in Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, the state capital. The experts, while speaking on theme technology-driven era, the place of medical laboratory science, noted for optimal operation and relevant medical laboratory scientists must take advantage of technological innovations available in the profession. They, however, called on the government to provide enabling environment and good working conditions for the medical practitioners for development of the health sector.
Scientists can excel with a lot of technology, and as at today in 21st century, there are a lot of technological innovations that have come to be, and these are innovations that every med lab scientist will have to key into for him or her to be relevant in the medical practice of 24th century. So
my advice for my colleagues now is that we should keep on using every opportunity we have to upgrade knowledge. Training and retraining is the key thing. What we had in school is not enough, it's no longer enough to move us up. So you have to expose yourself to training and training, especially in the area of technology. That is the only way out. Well, government has a major role to play. Even the technology we are talking about, the scientists will not provide it. So the provision is based on the government. But it's only when government is interested that they will make provisions for what the scientists will use. So there's a very great link between them, which we hope will improve as we move.
The technology is there, and we can't run away from it. We must embrace this new technology in solving health challenges across board, and we are equal to that task. And I know that if we all put in our best, we would make use of the technology to the advantage of the people or the populace that we serve.
And that's it from the local scene. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll take some stories from the foreign scenes.